Some tips for advocates for animals. The first is, you are not your audience. Think always about your audience. Think about the people you want to reach. They're not necessarily the same as you. It's not because something convinced you that it will convince them. Think from their perspective and talk to them in a way that will appeal to them, not to you. That's one thing. Another thing is to work with food. Often we think that we have to convince people with arguments, especially moral arguments. And often these don't work because people don't want to listen because they're afraid they will lose something. So show them there's good food, cook for them if you're a good chef, take them to a restaurant, give them recipes, help them experience the joy and the benefits of good vegan food, maybe more so than using all kinds of ethical and moral and environmental arguments. Don't concern yourself too much about the details, about the final 1% of being vegan. That's not so important. The important thing is to spread the message at this point. So being an activist or an advocate for animals is I think, a lot more important than being extremely pure in your diet or in your lifestyle. And we have to always keep in mind the image that we are creating and spreading of vegans and veganism. And sometimes when we are extremely pure or rigid in our habits, we can turn off people. And that's never a good idea. We want people to think about vegans and veganism as something that they can do or they can be. And if we give an image of veganism that is really difficult, people will just say like, oh my God, this is not something for me, I could never do that. And this is an impression that we really have to avoid.